We are going to keep radical Islamic terrorists.
Here is what Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster said to an all-hands gathering of National Security Council staff on Thursday. He said jihadi terrorists aren't true to their religion, and that use of the term radical Islamic terrorism isn't helpful for U.S. goals of working with allies to defeat terrorist groups.
I mean, think of it. Radical Islamic terrorism. He refuses to mention the words.
And I should tell you that this is not something that's new from Lieutenant General McMaster. He has been saying this for some time.
Okay, Trump's first 33 days have been an abysmal failure. Fail after fail after fail. There was no ban. There will be no illegal unconstitutional Muslim ban either, no matter how they rework it. White trash, white scum premises lowlife, and senior advisor Steve Miller went on television and leaving a gigantic trail of evidence that can now be referred to during any pursuant court case, left a trail letting everyone know that Trump's Muslim ban, which is based on a religious test, will include the same 7 countries that have sent zero terrorist attackers to the United States of America. That will be used in court as evidence. They've already said what they're going to do. Trump always telegraphs its moves well in advance. It and its spokes scumbags like Giuliani said on television multiple times that it is a Muslim ban.
Does the ban have anything to do with religion? How did the president decide the 7 countries? I understand the permanent ban on the refugees.
Okay.
Okay, talk to me.
Tell you the whole history of it. So
All right.
When he first announced it, he said Muslim ban. He called me up. He said, put a commission together. Show me the right way to do it legally.
And it won't happen. First 30 days, first move, first bowel movement of Trump's, right into the bowl and immediately flushed by the federal court. The stench is still lingering. People will still be furious about it. And any attempt to rework that illegal, unconstitutional turd will immediately be flushed right down into the sewer where it belongs. Trump's ill-fated Yemen raid, total disaster. 30 innocents dead, including an 8-year-old girl and one of our finest Navy SEALs, serving in SEAL Team 6. Dead because Trump, rather than participate in the intelligence gathering and the intelligence review, chose to not go into the Situation Room and listen to the details about it, but just simply sign off on it like an idiot. The raid was conducted while Trump ate and tweeted. Trump was busy tweeting about some idiotic, childish thing while our boots were on the ground in a foreign country engaging in a remarkably dangerous op. Unelected U.S. traitor and buffoon Trump, a serial bankruptcy filer and idiot, so childish, immature, and thin-skinned that it sat tweeting and eating rather than pay attention to a sensitive military raid in a foreign country. Unbelievable. What an idiot this fecus is. Fake, egocentric clown of the United States. That's Trump. Fecus. Where is the outrage from the phony, pro-life Republican cult? The GOP anti-American, terrorist, woman-hating religious cult who is for wars, guns, and the death penalty. Where is their outrage over the 8-year-old girl that was killed? Or the other 29 civilians that were killed? Or our SEAL that was killed? They seem to get on with Benghazi quite well when 4 Americans were murdered there after the GOP unanimously voted to cut the funding for our embassy security.
Is it true that you voted to cut the funding for embassy security?
Absolutely. Look, we have to make priorities and choices in this country. Choices, you have to prioritize things.
So you're prioritizing. So when there are complaints that, in fact, that there was not enough security, you've just said absolutely that you cut. You were the one to vote against, to increase security for the State Department, which would lead directly to Benghazi. That seems like you're saying you have a hand in the responsibility to this, right? The funding of the security?
Then, of course, they want to skirt the blame like the cowardly little pussies they are and place it on someone other than themselves. That's their nature, that's what they do. But where is the outrage over Trump's giant failure and the immense loss of life? Where are they? Have they put together a Benghazi commission for Yemen, the Yemghazi Committee, to investigate how Trump was responsible for murdering 30 human beings, civilians? Where are they now? And they're so concerned with these great losses of life that the biggest thing the GOP has done so far since unelected U.S. Trader Trump has started occupying the White Trash House was to pass legislation to dump coal into water and to arm mental patients. That's right. The GOP passed a law that allows mentally ill people to own guns. The GOP is so concerned about loss of life, they've now given people who have admitted that they're incapable of balancing their own checkbook or even managing their own personal affairs, they have now given those people the ability to buy and possess firearms. They are so pro-life, it's killing us. They've also managed, out of their love of the earth and their love of life, to manage to try and get rid of bills that protect endangered animal species on our earth. Again, that kind of all-loving is killing us all. In Trump's 33 days in occupation, the unelected U.S. Trader has not signed a single piece of legislation into law, not one, not to mention one of any significant benefit to the American public, but not even one. By this time, twice duly elected President Barack Obama had signed the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, moving towards equal pay for women, which Republicans unanimously vote against every time it comes up. They also vote against raising the minimum wage, unanimously. That's what kind of people Republicans are. So an unelected U.S. Trader Trump's first 30 days in occupation squatting in the White Trash House, it hasn't done a single thing. There will be no wall. Mexico has already stressed repeatedly they won't pay 1 peso for it. That will all be, that 20 to 30 to 40 billion dollars will all come out of taxpayers' wallets should it ever actually happen, which it won't. Nobody will fund it. There will be no illegal, unconstitutional Muslim ban. Any attempt by Trump's incompetent clan to rework their Muslim ban will be met with pure, unadulterated failure, like everything else Trump does. Trump said it had a plan to get rid of ISIS in 30 days. Well, it's 33 days and ISIS is going strong. In fact, they're laughing at Trump for its failed Yemen raid because the only people that were killed were civilians and our troops. Also, 4 SEALs suffered injuries aside from the one that was killed. Another gigantic failure. And just one more example of perpetual liar and eternal failure Donald Trump's hand at trying anything. Chalk it up as one more of Trump's countless failures. Moronic, unelected U.S. Trader Trump asked at one of its Klan rallies, "Who heard what happened in Sweden last night?" The correct answer to that is nobody heard, because nothing happened. That was fake news delivered by Ficus, the fake, egotistic clown of the U.S. Piece of shit Drumpf.